Schultz, aka Mr. Goody Two Shoes. And who am I with, as always? Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggy. Talk shit or get off the pod. Episode 95. Elon Musk has a micro penis.
Part 2, because we started it yesterday and then it crashed.
Welcome, motherfuckers. Welcome, motherfuckers. But yeah, just a disclaimer for if anybody was watching live in the first 10 minutes of last night.
Just dropped.
And I was talking to Joseph offline about how he'd be freezing up, and he's like, "Yeah, my Wi-Fi kind of sucks." And I was like, "You got to get a booster." And then
10 minutes later, it just crashes. Then I went down and reset it, and it worked fine. But for no reason, it's never done that before. That was weird.
It was a sign, dude.
It is. I was saying I need to run a cable from the modem all the way up here, but say la vie. It's supposed to be G6.
Did you do that? Did you do that?
No, not yet. No, I don't got time. I got shit to do.
Oh my god.
We'll get it done.
I was gonna listen to the recording of last night, but I didn't have time. I literally just got home. But I have no idea what we talked about at all. Because it was so random that it was it would not organically come up again.
It was. I do remember
Billy Mays.
Yeah, we were talking about Billy Mays and the ShamWow guy, and I was about to. I think
right, but we have no idea how we got there.
I don't know, but I know that. Well, you said something about them being skeezy, and I was like, yeah, they are skeezy. I was like, but Billy, I was telling you how Billy Mays died. And now he was riding on a plane and got hit on the head by a piece of luggage.
Dark alert.
Yeah, but you said that he did something fucked up to somebody on a plane, and I was like, no man, he got killed by a LL Bean hardcover.
No, I thought he was on cocaine.
No, I think the ShamWow guy was definitely twacked out of his mind. He was also the slap chop.
No, he was, but I'm telling you, look it up. Billy Mays was on the cocaine, because I remember making the joke at the time, what is he doing? Putting that shit on cheeseburgers?
It's possible. He could have been.
Well, I'm just saying. He's the only person who's gained weight who has a coke problem.
That's very true. He's not the... Oh, shit. Yeah, we're going to have to fix that.
But again, audience, this has nothing to do with anything. This is a tangent off of a tangent over the span of a 24-hour period now. But, real quick, while I don't know what you're looking for, maybe Cocaine Billy Mays. It's like Cocaine Bear, but
no, it's fixing shit. Because
the prequel. Yeah. Just real quick before we get into therapy questions, I found out today that Rupert Murdoch, that's right, that asshole, the head of Fox News, invented killer bees.
So I saw you added this, and I'm almost glad we did.
Just a note.
But what? Elaborate. How do you know that he invented killer bees?
Because he did. He came up with the idea that there's these killer bees that are on their way over to the United States and are gonna attack people and kill them. That you've heard that before, right? In the news.
Yeah, everyone's heard that. Yeah.
That is not true. It was completely made up by Rupert Murdoch to get ratings or some shit.
That's kind of fucked up. That's not cool, man.
Isn't that insane?
That's not cool.
You know who told me that? Was Jake Tapper today. Jake
Tapper dropped that knowledge on you?
On a podcast, but with Kara Swisher. It's called The On with Kara Swisher. They both knew that story, and it was a confirmation that because they were talking about there's so much evil shit you could say about Rupert Murdoch that Jake Tapper's I could do it daily, because he just wrote a book and there's a Rupert Murdoch character in his book, and so that's why they're talking about it. But he's that's not my job is not to just continue to talk shit about Rupert Murdoch, but I could he's the reason why I was scared of killer bees growing up.
That's wild. Some crazy Australian fuck just being we're gonna come up with some killer bees, alright? They're gonna come over here, everyone's gonna get scared shitless, right? And then we're gonna take over the media. It's gonna be great. Mel Gibson's gonna be our 8 o'clock slot every night. And then he met Bill O'Reilly, and then there's all this but no, that's fucking wild.
Roger Ailes.
Yeah, Roger Ailes. How could you come? It's next level diabolical. It was a false
Oh
flag.
no,
A false flag. There was a false flag of killer
it was a
bees.
false flag.
Whoa, bro. Whoa,
Well,
dude.
not like,
I'm
but I
losing
think
it
I guess
now,
like
bro.
I would think that Australia has like probably some killer bees that are for real.
They're killer
It's like not that
everything.
like a bee. I know, but it's not like there isn't a bee that can kill you. That's not what I'm saying. It's that they were like migrating to the United States, and it was going to be uh, you know, a massacre of these bees that nobody could do anything about it. But that was just completely not true and never happened.
If you think about it, that could be why people started being like, we got to kill like killing bees more, because bees are super important to the ecosystem. Did the fake killer bees story lead to good bee deaths?
Or what
It's
if it's like
possible. That is
you know,
possible.
yeah, Trump always tries to distract, so he'll like say whatever he's doing. He'll say somebody else is doing that same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe Rupert, is the original gangster, and so he's like, there's gonna be a bunch of bees coming, but secretly he's killing all the good bees because he's just a evil
Yeah, that's
man,
nice. Yeah, he's an evil figure. And he's how old?
literally. He's like 91 or two.
That's how you know, like, for some of these guys, like, evil, he is obviously evil, and he's, like, running on evil coal, like, evil fuel. And he's,
Yeah,
like Henry
he is
Kissinger, just, like,
that.
yeah, every war crime,
Yeah,
every crime against humanity Henry Kissinger did, it bought him, like, 20 years of extra life, and he's just like, I can live for forever.
you QAnon freaks, like if you think anybody's like eating babies to like live longer, check Henry Kissinger and Rupert Murdoch.
Well, no, yeah, there's some of these old guys. They're just infinity old. They're like the Crypt Keeper, or they're like some, you know,
Do you think
they
it's
never really come out.
do you think the reason why they are some of the worst people on the planet is due to that they live so long, that they had so many opportunities to conduct evil?
No, I mean you can't. I wouldn't say that.
Like
But
Rupert dies like 20 years ago, like he's not as like maligned of a figure,
yeah, but I think that
you
it's
know
like greed and power and the competitive nature of that business. It drives people to like, and they answer to other people, not just themselves, or they own the whole entire thing themselves. They become power hungry. It's like a vacuum. It's like like you got to control
Right, I'm just
this
saying
whole
If
chunk.
Rupert dies at set,
Yeah,
if Rupert dies at like 71, like Fox News was always like ridiculous, but like there was like a change like right after like 9/11 basically, and like how hardcore right wing it got, I think, a little bit.
well, you could,
So
yeah.
so if he dies right then and it's like pre Trump, pre all this shit that's gone on with Fox News for the last 20 years, pre getting sued for a defamation of like 800 mil, like then he's not like this hated figure that he is now. Like now he's just objectively bad.
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of these people, whenever they reach that level of power, there's very few. I mean, maybe Mr. Beast. I don't even know. But like, there's so very few people who are like an Elon, Zuckerberg, like where his money, his family's wealth comes from, and how he, is able to have a bunch of money, was able to get into these other startups early, buy up large shares of things, invest or help develop. I mean, he comes from like a rich family that owned emerald mines that were ran on like exploited child labor. Just like there
Yeah,
is,
you love to see it. Joseph bringing it up. He like every opportunity he gets, he reminds them blood diamonds.
yeah, and but then there's Zuckerberg and potentially stealing Facebook from people and how he's portrayed in that whole development of the startup of Facebook. So some of these guys do some fucked up shit, man, to get to where they're at, and they're power hungry, and they take and like so it doesn't really stop. So whenever you're 92, and whenever he got into the business, even then it's still not the same. Like it's they have power to transform how we get our media. They've like he's brainwashed so many people, so many like grandparents have been lost to Murdoch. Rupert, like he's
Rupert
like,
Murdoch.
yeah, I don't even Rupert. It just pisses me off that a
Because
man that
you can't even say like an anchor, because like before Tucker was Bill O'Reilly,
it's that
and
slot.
there's Hannity. There was Hannity, and then It just like and then like you got fucking Ingram, and like it doesn't matter who's out there saying it. It's like it's gonna be the same, and it's still brainwashing people.
Yeah,
Whoever the mouthpiece is.
it's frustrating. And now there's more competition, more than ever. Now that there's some people who want it to be more extreme, and it's like, oh, download Zeus
Yeah.
TV and you can watch my crazy news broadcast or all sorts of goofy shit.
Oh, you get down with the Zeus? You get down with the Zeus?
Dude, Zeus is ratchet. I mean, I don't watch it, but I know friends that do. It's like $50 a month or something wild like that. You get all the blue face.
Zeus coin coming to a crypto
Ooh,
wallet near you.
that would be good. These new Helios coins, they're fire, dog. Like, yeah, let's go.
Ooh, bangarang. Okay, let's start with therapy questions, y'all. Therapy question number one, Joseph. Would you rather have a permanent bad hair day or always have mismatched shoes?
Probably mismatched shoes. You could make that like a personality quirk. It'd be lame and pretty basic, but that could be like your thing. Like, oh, well, he always wears mismatched shoes, and if you stuck with it, at some point people would just accept it, and it'd be cool. So you could. There's no
I mean,
restriction. Yeah, they're not shitty shoes.
okay, well, coming from Mr. Goody Two Shoes, I guess there would be a way that I could spin that. I wouldn't want to have like good. It's all about good hair days.
Yeah,
No bad hair days is my manifesto.
yeah.
So, yeah. So every day's a bad hair day. Fuck that. But I will have to say though, outside of this, just somebody who wears different pairs of shoes, like if I ever see it, it's like doesn't matter how cool those shoes are when they're like with the pair. It always looks fucked up when it's mismatched. Like I've never seen a single person pull it off. Like it's weird. It doesn't look good. Uh, so just know that when you're picking mismatched shoes, like there's gonna be people like me judging you,
But now,
regardless.
but hold on, because what if you're going to like the Lakers game and you decide to wear like a purple Jordan and then a yellow Jordan or a gold Jordan? No, that could be if it was a
It
part
still
of the
looks
effort.
whack. It still looks whack though.
Maybe. I mean,
I mean, it looks worse than if you wore two yellows and two perps. Now, no, now what I'm thinking though, mismatch. What does it just mean? They're different. So you have it like a little bit like
yeah,
a pattern on it, but the pattern fits together.
yeah, or it's
So,
the same style with two different colors. If
but I
you're
guess
wearing,
that still matches. That still matches.
they
Like
could
if it
still
fits together.
match. The shoes don't have to
No,
be
it's
the same.
mismatch.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So they
Just have
can't.
to be different shoes.
Yeah, they just have to be different shoes, from what I understand. But yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely that over a permanent bad hair day. That's shitty.
Yeah.
Then you're
Yeah.
gonna be like a beanie guy every day. You're just wearing a beanie. Like, hey, like, why do you sleep in
Yeah.
your beanie? It's like because my hair looks like shit.
Well, you might as well just go bald at that point.
Yeah.
But I guess you couldn't because
Well,
you
if
have
you
to have a
could,
bad
because
hair day every
yeah,
day.
it's something related to hair. So you'd have to basically shave your entire body, pretend you have alopecia, and just like roll with it.
No, no, I'm Philip. I mean, what's his name? Michael Phelps's protege. That's I
No,
gotta.
because you could be. Yeah,
That's
you.
why I'm bare like a baby.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, therapy question number two. If you could be a character in any TV show, which show would you choose and what role? Pick Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I would play myself.
No, you can't do that.
That's what everybody does in Curb Your Enthusiasm, almost.
Well, yeah, but no. If you could be a character, no, I think you have to pick a different character. If you could be a character in any
I have
TV
to pick
show,
like a character that already exists.
yeah, obviously, I'd play myself and be
Okay.
on Curb. That's like, yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, sorry that I picked the best one.
Yeah, that's a cop out. That's like a trick.
You're trying to limit me? You're trying to limit me? No, it's not a cop out because you're playing like an exaggerated version of yourself, and I just think that would be fun to be on that show, and like because like it's not like really scripted,
Yeah,
so it's just a lot of like improv and like yeah, like just like you know chopping it up with like Larry David like would be fun, like because he would take your game to another level.
oh yeah,
And I think
definitely.
you and I are in a conversation,
Yeah,
you know, without knowing where it needs to go, where it's going.
yeah. Hmm.
So that'd be fun. That'd be kind of the perfect show.
Uh,
But I guess if it has to be a character that already exists, I'd pick Roman Roy Succession.
okay. Um. See, I was watching it the other day. Maybe the black guy from Walker Texas Ranger. So not Chuck Norris, but the buddy
Oh
that
my god.
drives.
You
That'd be
don't even
tight.
know his name?
That'd be tight. No, I don't
What is his
remember. I
name,
don't
bro?
even remember. It's all about Walker, dude.
Toby?
No, it's not Toby. Jesus Christ. Um, Huggy Bear on Starsky and Hutch. That'd be tight. Because then I'd just be a criminal, but I guess you'd be kind of a snitch. But that'd be tight. Cops would leave you alone. Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Because like anyone on Succession, you're
Um,
gonna be super fucked. You're gonna be super fucked up, which is would be fun, but also like it'd be too much.
no, man.
You
I'd be
basically
Roman,
want
and then I'd just
you
be
want to be
getting
the son of Rupert Murdoch. Because that's loose. That's basically
yeah,
based around the Murdoch family.
right. But there, yeah, but it's like
He's
whatever the fucking
he's
stupid.
got you,
There's like
dude.
one kid who's stupid.
He's already got to you,
No,
dude.
but I no, I'm playing him in a TV show. Is this like my life now?
Yeah, man, that's it. You're in.
I don't
Welcome
know,
to
dude.
the family.
Give me 40 bill and I'm chill.
All right, go fuck that wallaby over there. And once you're done with that, you're in the family. All right, welcome.
No, it's remember it's boars on the floor.
Your boy's on the floor. No, that's probably a nice version of like, hey, go hump that koala or whatever weird shit. He's just sorry.
Koalas, all of them have herpes, dude. You know that, right? Like,
Koalas are dangerous, dude.
no, okay, no, but they all have venereal diseases, so that's like the last animal you want to fuck.
Yeah, the last animal you want to run into, man. They're like tripping out, living in trees, have poison, attacking people, spreading STDs. That
I don't
sounds
know, though,
terrifying.
dude. You know, like
Australia's
Christopher
scary.
Walken,
Though.
Christopher Walken always said, marsupials, they never seem to scare me.
Nah, I wouldn't fuck with a marsupial, man.
I mean, I wouldn't either, but they don't seem scary until you're like in it with them, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're walking under a tree and that drops down on you, that would do some damage, man.
Yeah,
That'd be fuck you
they're
up.
they're they're like a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Well, everybody just thinks they're cute. So I
Right, that's
remember
what I'm
back in
saying. But
elementary
they're not.
school, you could get like Koality Kid of the Month, and you'd get this little Q with a koala bear pin. I got Quality Reader one time.
It's not even spelled right.
Pretty lit. Yeah, I know, right? And they're all I have one somewhere. It's got to exist, but I got Quality Reader
You
one
still
time.
you still got that Q patch?
Maybe
You got
because
the
now
Q
it would be
patch
like
you
I
rock
could.
around
Yeah, I could.
with
It'd
your
be
OJ shirt?
my OJ shirt, wearing my QAnon pin. Like, hey man.
Ooh, hell yeah! Telling people that you are JFK Jr.
There's people that have been doing that. That's wild. There's like
I
cult,
know.
cult
I
leader
know.
people.
There's money in that, you know. Let's
If you,
let's grift. Let's grift the grift.
it's just mind-boggling. There's a large enough group of people that would believe something like that. That there's also a large enough group of people that are like, oh, there's money in that, baby. Like it's
Yeah.
like it's like this perfect combination of just two mind-blowing demographics of people that are just like
It's a secondary market.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a whole
There's
other.
there's the QAnon grift, like the MAGA grift, and then there's grifting on the MAGA grift. I mean, just naturally.
It's like an ecosystem. Of just
Parasitic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
All right. All right, y'all. Third question number 3. Would you rather have a lifetime supply of your favorite food but never taste anything else again, or have the ability to taste any food but only be allowed to eat it once?
So I have to eat something different every day.
And then you could never eat whatever you ate that day ever again. You can eat anything and everything that you want one time.
I mean, that'd be pretty lit, honestly. You try so many different foods, it'd be insane. I'd feel bad for whoever had to keep up with that. It's not me. I'm not making all these hypothetical meals. If you're forcing me to eat something
No, you
different
just
every day.
no, you're choosing what you get every day, but you just can't repeat
Yeah,
because
there'd
you
have.
have the opportunity. It says you have the opportunity to try anything in the world. Like you
Yeah,
get it, you get that opportunity. Yeah.
yeah. So that means it's like I'm imagining somebody who's like bringing me this food and I order it, and then there's
Nah, I'm
this thing.
imagining like it gets teleported to you or something.
Yeah, either way, there's a list. That's gonna be a huge list that they're gonna have to update to make sure I'm not eating the
No,
same
just
shit all
every
the
day
time.
you pick. Every day you pick, and
Yeah,
yeah, and then it goes in the database.
yeah, and then
It's fine.
so
They'll
the
figure it out. It's like very simple.
yeah, then I take that. Then only be like stuck
We're
like
gonna assume in the scenario they figured it out.
if you make an impulsive decision on the lifetime supply of any of your favorite food, but never taste anything else again, like the McRib could be back and you could be stoked, and then you choose the McRib and then you're just eating the McRib for the rest of your life. That might be shitty.
That would be tough. I did workshop this with a prominent artist manager out here in LA with two of her artists, big time influencers. And let me give you some of their answers real quick because they said that they all agreed that they would run out of things to taste. So just gonna go with their favorite food forever. I don't think you could run out of new things, but there's so much different food.
Yeah, you'd be trying so many different food. I mean, you might run out, but you can do
No, because
things,
like new food gets created like every day.
and you
So
could
there's never
well, and you could change it. Like you could have rice, but you could have rice a bajillion different ways. You could have something else
that's what
different
I'm
thing. You
saying.
know what I'm saying? Like so, you could
Like
have
at Subway on their commercials, they say that Subway there's 250,000 different possibilities of a sandwich at Subway. That's just one restaurant.
yeah, but I think that's bullshit. That's way too many. There's no way. Yeah, they have that
No,
many.
it doesn't. Just think. No, just think about it. It's like with like everything without olives, everything including olives, but without this. Like you just keep doing that for each topping. So then it's it just yeah, it's a bullshit like
Yeah, it's bullshit.
claim, but but you could prove that that's true.
That's like being like, oh, you have 9 sodas, and it's like, oh, now we have 10 sodas, and you're like, what's the last one? It's like suicide, where you mix all of
Oh
them
hell
together. You'd be
yeah!
like, get out of here. You can't
You mean the
claim.
S word? The S word?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can't put that. You can't put that on your menu. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think you could we have 555 different combinations of soda.
Now, those soda machines, those Coke ones, the robot with the little touch screens, those are badass. I'm all about those.
First time I ever used one of those, like I don't know, 10 years ago or something. It took me so long to get my drink, and I was like kind of embarrassed because like I didn't know how to use this like new high tech machine. But then I was also like, how are you gonna give me a high tech machine and it takes me fucking longer than just the normal one? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah. I go straight to the lemonade, and I'm like strawberry lemonade, raspberry, because it's got all the Minute Maids in there, bro.
Don't lie, don't lie. You go straight to the purple drink and to
The high C
the Sprite.
Sprite remix.
You know,
No, definitely not.
you go straight to the Hennessy. Don't lie.
No, I bust that out and I go straight to like the pineapple Fanta or something like that. I wonder if that's good.
Um, my friend was out at a golf tournament this week, and Russell Westbrook's dad was there, and after the golf like event ended, he busted out a bunch of Hennessy and then went and rolled a joint. I think he had Hennessy, but maybe he just rolled a joint, and then they started playing dice.
Awesome.
Russell Westbrook Sr. Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
I don't know if I was supposed to out him like that, but I just did.
That happened a couple times. I love ice. I got dice like right here. Let's roll some dice.
I know. I mean, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Like in my psychology AP class when we were in high school, she assigned me pathological gambling as my end of semester assignment or project because I would roll dice all the time in the back for class. Turn 50 cents into $60 in one day.
Oh yeah, dude,
Come at me.
because some people would couldn't help themselves, and they just lose, and you'd be like, yep, 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 yep.
I know, but like, yeah, like I was gonna lose what, 50 cents? Nah, that's not, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Instead, I got $60.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's not pathological gambling. That's every day I'm hustling. Final therapy question. Therapy question number 4. Would you rather have a talking tattoo that narrates your life or a voice in your head that constantly
Yeah, because I mean, then it'd be internalized at least, and it'd be like, well, it'd be like a constant battle. You would decisions. Um,
you picked up a cup? It was like Joseph gracefully ganders to the toilet.
you walked into the room and everybody looked at
That
him,
wouldn't be so bad.
not because I'm talking, but because he's just that amazing. Look at that jacket. Everyone says his jacket looks great. It'd be awesome, I guess. Yeah. If you could pick who it
Yeah,
was or
that'd
Morgan
be tight.
Freeman, that'd be cool. That'd
That'd
be
be
all
tight.
right.
Yeah, it's a hype man, but it's like a, yeah. Okay. Well, we're done with therapy questions. We are on to the current events, the topics. I put these in here because I didn't know if Joseph was busy or not. Like, so I just took the initiative. Let's put in here so we can clown on Jeff Bezos failing at his like Blue Origin rockets.
Yeah.
But after I read that article, like totally not expecting this whole breakdown of this. So that rocket that they were testing. So for y'all, on June 30th, the reason why we're talking about it now is because everybody just found out like yesterday. But on June 30th, Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' competitor to SpaceX, they were testing an engine and it exploded, but apparently nobody was hurt. Blah blah blah. But it was for this company called the ULA, and it's the United Launch Alliance, which is two companies. It's Lockheed Martin and Boeing, and they are actually competing with SpaceX, and uh, they got a contract for 6 missions for like the United States for like NASA's missions. So they gave out 6 to SpaceX, 6 to the ULA, which I've never even heard of until now, which is Boeing and Lockheed joining forces because they want to compete against Elon's money. And so that's what the rocket was for. But they say that the explosion of that rocket is not going to set back the timeline for this company or for Boeing and Lockheed to get their shit done. But they're supposed to be the rockets for the lunar lander whenever we go up there and actually go to the moon, because like we're gonna launch and go around the moon the first time, but then we're gonna land on the moon, and this company is gonna be the ones who do it.
Yeah, but we gotta like go around the moon and like light up the dark side, bro. They gotta do something. Get some big ass lights, post them up, turn them on. Let's see what's going on over there. Let's just see what's up.
We already
and
know what's
down.
going on. China
Then we'll see
China
the
landed on the
bases.
dark side.
Show me the bases.
Yeah, but it's like it's so funny. Like, we haven't been up there in what, like 60 years,
Yeah, something like that.
and yeah, China goes and they're like, what would be better than where the Americans went? The place where you can't see shit, and there's no sun, the dark side of the moon. So let's go post up there. It's like China. Like, you just look evil hanging out at the dark side of the moon. What are you doing? It's bad for your PR.
Yeah.
Like, what are we gonna do? Like, flex on China if they landed on the like next to our American flag that we planted there?
Like, hey, get out of it.
Allegedly.
Yeah, then we need to go back up there, do something
Yeah.
about it.
I heard. I forget if I mentioned this before in the pod or not, but I was watching a TikTok video about the
Of
moon
course.
landing being fake.
Of
Yeah,
course.
being fake. Yeah, it was this guy, and he was like covered in tats, and like he was talking. And he's like, bro, he's like, if you're a grown ass man and you think that we landed on the moon, like, like I don't know what to tell you. Like, you can't be a grown ass man and think that we landed on the moon. Like it was like almost as if like somebody told you Santa Claus, you know, he was talking about Santa Claus existing. You know, if you're a grown ass man and you think Santa Claus exists, you're a fucking idiot. And that's how he was regarding landing on the moon. If you think that. And I saw this video where it's like all these like wires, like hidden wires that like when they show like them up at the space station and they're like talking on camera, and then you can just they showed out like 10 different incidences where it's like obvious, or and they make it look like it's obvious that there's a wire, like a green wire, so you can't see it, you know, but you can tell like just by the moves that the different astronauts make.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but
I'd say the first time, like I could see us faking the first moon landing, but I do think we did eventually go to the moon at least once. But I don't think that the first time we went, we could have lied to just win the space race and say that we've already been to the moon and got there first. We were incentivized to lie if that's what we did.
Right, I get that.
That would be understandable.
It's not absurd to think that we lied about it. However, I just don't think. I just don't think. I don't know. I feel like those people are giving America too much credit for like their ability to like keep secrets. But maybe I'm wrong.
Well, yeah. Well, they always say it's the first moon landing that's fake, not all of them.
Well, then to me, then your argument's over. It's like, so what the fuck is your point then? It's like I thought the whole point is that we actually can't and still can't get to the moon. And so if you're saying like, oh, the first one's fake,
I think we can now. I think we could now. Like
well,
it says line. Yeah.
I've heard the argument like that it doesn't make sense, but like I've heard the argument that it doesn't make sense that we did it those many times like back in the day, but then for some reason we just never went back up, and it's like the argument was because we never went in the first place.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess that makes
I don't believe
sense.
any of that shit. I think the first one we did it because why? America's the greatest goddamn country on earth. You're welcome.
Well, it's like Antarctica. It's like, oh, no one explores there. Everybody started to, then no one goes there anymore, and they'll stop people from going there.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, because there's aliens, so.
Do you think that I was thinking this the other day because we had been talking about that Antarctica shit?
Yeah.
And I just randomly, like, I was like, huh, I wonder if they can't access the center of the Earth because of all the ice. It's been like covered up. And so they systematically caused climate change on purpose to melt the ice so then they can. Hot take.
Well, because it's like whenever a planet's formed, you know how they show us like the mantle, the crust, the core and everything on the breakdown. It's like supposedly there's like it's supposed to be more porous, where there's like big caverns and big connections of tunnels that exist underground. That whenever the gravity is pushing down on it and it's spinning, it's not like perfectly smooth where it's just broken out like that. So if there was an entrance into the center of the Earth, you could find like a large cavernous area that could go far and deep. That would still have some warmth to it, where that could sustain life. Or if you're like Hitler or some Nazis, you believe there's like an ancient white dominant angel race that lives in the center of the Earth. Great movie with Gary Busey's kid.
They were all...
Nazis at the center of the Earth. That's pretty good. It's like a B-list movie. Yeah, it's hilarious.
No,
it's
man.
great.
More like Nazis on meth and like coming up with like weird shit. Like, dude, they like came out with this pill and it was just pure meth. And they right before Stalingrad, I just heard this recently. All the Nazis like took it all at the exact same time. They put it in this chocolate because they found out that it like helps like keep people awake. And so they put meth in chocolate, and then all of them. And this wasn't like the plan, but they all like right before they went and like ate the chocolate at the same time because that was like one of the rations they had. And so they were all just on meth, just going boom, and that's like why like they just like a million people died or whatever in Stalingrad.
Just going crazy. Yeah, no, I mean there's videos of him
just
being
Nazis on meth.
all tweaked out for sure.
Oh yeah, Hitler was definitely on meth. Like he would get in meth injected in the morning and heroin at night.
But no,
Piss on his niece in the middle in
well,
between.
Jesus Christ. Well, back to the moon. I'm not surprised that somebody's competing with SpaceX and they want that money for sure.
Well, it's not
That's
somebody. It's Lockheed Martin, and Boeing, like who were the two big players
yeah.
until, yeah,
So trying to fill that gap. I mean, I just miss NASA.
yeah, I know.
I just miss normal NASA, man. What happened?
Make NASA great again, Trump.
Dude, that's a good shirt. That would sell.
Okay, so the very next article, it's from Rolling Stone by Nikki McCann Ramirez. It's from July 10th, so Monday. We're recording this on Wednesday. Uh, so the Republicans in Congress, like Jim Comer and all of like the MAGA crazies in the Republican House of Representatives,
Yeah.
have been saying that Biden has all the these conspiracies, like where he's making money from the Chinese, the
The
Ukrainians,
$5 million payment and all that
the
stuff.
$5, yeah, yeah, and they know this because they have a whistleblower who's coming out and telling them this, and turns out, turns out that whistleblower charged by the Department of Justice and the FBI as an unregistered foreign agent and is a fucking spy for China and is on the run, escaped prison in like somewhere in Europe, uh like 6 years ago, and has been on the move, and I is currently on the lam with our FBI looking for him now. But I was reading through this, so of course they're like, Biden's working with the Chinese, and their whistleblower is a Chinese spy trying to gain influence for China with Congress.
Yeah, he
And
illegally sold a bunch of oil to the Saudis, but he's an
yeah,
Israeli American co head of a Maryland based think tank. And yeah, he was initially arrested in Cyprus in February and fled the country
yeah,
after being released on bail. The 6 count indictment was released on Monday. Charges include offenses related to willfully failing to register under the Foreign Agents Registration Act, arms trafficking, Iranian sanctions violations, and making false statements to federal agents, because a max of 100 years or more in prison.
yeah. And he agreed to covertly recruit and pay on behalf of principals based in China, a former high-ranking U.S. government official, individual one in the case, including in 2016, while the former official was an advisor to then president-elect. So 2016, this guy is advising Donald Trump after he got elected, but before he took office. And that guy is working directly with the spy, who's the whistleblower.
Who's,
Like
yeah,
you can, like not only did I know that they're full of shit, like when they're saying they have recordings of all this, and like turns out that they don't, and that this is all bullshit. Like what they obviously what they've
yeah.
been doing, but it's so fucking funny that it's more than just bullshit. It's like they're getting duped by
Uh,
Chinese spies or Israeli spies who have now working for China to get the money. I guess like a fugitive,
and that's why
like international fugitive.
and they can't find him. And why they're like, oh, we don't know where
Yeah.
the whistleblower is. Of course you can't. He's running from the federal authorities.
Yeah, and yeah, because they're saying like that he was arrested just to silence him about Biden. That's like literally a quote from one of the Congress people. Like
Yeah.
it's like, bro, pump the fucking brakes. Like you just found out that this guy you guys were all like bragging about is a Chinese or working with the Chinese to get like
He's an
politics.
he's an arms dealer.
Yeah, he's a fucking
Aren't you
arms
guys
dealer.
weren't you mad that an arms dealer got released in exchange for Brittany Grinder, and now you're praising a guy who's charged with being with
Selling to Iran to
illegally
yeah.
selling arms to Iran and violating sanctions? Get the fuck
Well,
out of here.
Republicans love selling arms to Iran illegally. Ask Reagan.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
yeah, but I mean, it's just so fucking. It's like, of course, and I was like, these guys are like, it's like when I was growing up, and I would like, be like, George Bush is dumb, or like, just say politicians were dumb. But it was like, okay, well, I was still like in high school, and I was and my brain wasn't fully formed, so I was probably pretty dumb too. Um, but like now I'm like a full blown adult, like, and it's like scary how dumb these people are. Like, and it's because they're in these positions of power that it's like they get like elevated a little bit. It's like, like that they might know what they're talking about, and these guys have no idea. And of course, they would get duped by a fucking spy. Like,
Well, that's
you
like the
know,
whole, it was earlier today. I was going to add an article about Christopher Wray, and he was getting interviewed by what was it, that investigatory committee or
the
whatever.
director, yeah, the director of the FBI, Christopher Wray, was testifying in front of Congress today.
Yeah, and it was epic, some of the responses that people had to him. And he's like, what do you, like, these people are criminals. There's people that were charged, indicted, and found guilty and convicted by like people that were appointed by Trump in the first place. Like they got caught doing stuff, and it was like multiple attorney generals of Donald Trump like indicted people for either illegally dealing with China or Russia or all sorts of goofy shit. I mean, I don't know. It's mind
I
blowing.
know, yeah, and then they're also like blaming the FBI for either orchestrating January 6th, which is insane, but then also like for persecuting grandmas, is what they said, like that walked into the Capitol. It's like you motherfucker, like a grandma that walked into the Capitol, or an insurrectionist that hundreds of them have been arrested and are in prison for a long time. Like that's what happened. It's not a grandma walking into the Capitol. Like, what are you talking about? It is, and Matt Gates's dumb fat face is on there, like trying to yell at him, and like, and Christopher Wray, by the way, appointed by Trump. Trump could have fired him if he wanted to, but appointed by Trump again. Like, Trump talks shit about people that he like is the one who hired. I'm only gonna hire the best people.
And they're all
Drain the
yeah,
swamp.
they're all
Drain the
and
swamp.
then he hired a bunch of criminals.
Or he hired a bunch of people that are doing their job, and then he turns on them because they're not like his, getting his back.
Well, yeah, I
You
think
know,
he, it's like a I can make or break you attitude, and he wields that around. So for certain people, he gets them to do shit that's out of character, where they end up breaking the law, and they're like, nah. That's why there's a lot of people who turned earlier and were like, oh fuck that guy. Like, there's a couple lawyers who were saying like, oh man, you guys are gonna get arrested. I think there was a few times where Rudy Giuliani even said like, he's like talking about this, you guys could get arrested and stuff like that, where there's those moments where people can walk away, but he gets these people to do wild shit for him, like it's all just gonna
and yeah,
go
like
away.
Mark Meadows was yeah, Mark Meadows was actively looking for a pardon from Trump before they got out of office, because and he hadn't been charged with anything.
A
Uh,
lot of them were
but
they were
no, I
selling
no.
them, so
What I think it is Trump expects loyalty, so like he put Chris Wray in like the head of the FBI,
yeah.
and like to Trump that means that Chris Wray has to do Trump's bidding for him. Like he doesn't realize like, well, this guy's just gonna be the head of the FBI. He's not gonna like, whatever. I mean, people have problems with Chris Wray on like certain things. Like there's podcasts I listen to, Gaslit Nation, um, and the women hosts on it, like they say Chris Wray has like ties with like the Russian mob. I don't know, but maybe it's like some white supremacist shit. I don't know. Like this is all like shit they throw out there. It's like kind of insane, but it also might be true. So there's problems with him. January 6th was not one.
There was a basketball player, Nikola Pekovic, who played for the Timberwolves for a while. He was pretty beast, from Montenegro, and after he retired, he's like a Montenegro Serbian like drug lord. I was just looking at that earlier. Sorry, this made me
That's
think
crazy.
about it. Yeah, right. That's
Right.
wild. He's like
Do you think?
6'10".
Do you think like?
It's like
Do you think
6'10",
Jokovic
6'11".
was? Do
Nah,
you think Jokovic was hanging out with him, and that's when he got all skinny during the
nah.
pandemic? When
Jokic
he's just doing all that blah blah.
no. Yoke's a good kid. Yoke's good, but no, this guy's like 6'10", 6'11", like 305 pounds, just like massive man. Apparently, he's like, and I guess there's some big Montenegro drug lord who's locked away in prison, but he was his business partner, so now he oversees all of his businesses and runs these businesses for this locked up drug lord in Serbia and like Montenegro. Pretty crazy.
Oh, shout out that guy.
He was like a 12-7 guy in that.
Okay, so final article is titled, and it's from Vanity Fair. It's titled, "If You've Got the Ruler, Elon Musk Has the Dick." billionaire challenges Mark Zuckerberg to literal dick measuring contest by Bess Levin. Now, it is true. Like, he said, even Elon Musk said, let's have a quote literal dick measuring contest and put in a ruler like emoji. Uh, but this is all stemming from, well, first Elon Musk's tiny penis, so he has to like overcompensate with getting having 10 kids and talking about his dick or whatever, building a rocket.
And naming them like naming his kids like air fryer and goofy shit like that.
Yeah. So, anyways, like since Elon's taken over Twitter, it's not going well, to say the least. And as we were saying, like yeah, as you did mention earlier, Zuckerberg, stole Facebook from the Winklevoss twins in Harvard. Well, he is a serial stealer. All he does is steal, steal, steal. Like he got Instagram for $1 billion. He stole stories from Snapchat. He and then now what? Oh, then Oculus. They didn't steal. They just bought it. But they never really invented anything. And now what did Zuckerberg do? Created a Twitter clone called Threads that just launched this week. And before the weekend, so it launched like on Thursday of last week, and before the weekend was over, there was 100 million people, which it became the fastest app to reach 100 million users of all time. Previously, it was TikTok, and that was like it wasn't even close. Like TikTok, but I think it was like a year or something. But maybe not a year, but it was maybe actually, and nobody had even got close to that. So this was just insane. So Elon is just fucked, and now Elon's thinking about suing.
Yeah, he's talking about suing Meta
because he said that they stole his employees and created this thing. It's like, well, Elon, you fired literally 80% of the Twitter staff when you got there. So
yeah, you said like bye, and he went and scooped them up.
Yeah,
so come check out the Facebook campus.
Yeah, now the Meta campus, please. But
well, maybe they go
one.
Oh, it's on. Okay.
But so and also Twitter just announced that they are having a limit on how many tweets you can read.
Yeah, it's like 600 or something if you're verified or unverified. There's like limits daily.
Yeah, it was 500, I think, if you're unverified, and 1,000 if you were, and then they changed it to I think it was like no, I don't know. I think it's 1,000 if you're unverified, and then 10,000 if you are verified now. They like upped it a little bit, but either way, it's dumb.
That makes no sense. I mean, I'm on it and I like look at it. It's just like completely bottomed out, man. It's getting crazy.
It's getting worse and worse. It's
getting
like
crazy.
Not getting better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People saying all sorts of wild shit on there now too.
Oh right. It's like it's where like white supremacy has gone to like flourish. And so yeah, it's just like the product has gotten shittier. Like it wasn't in like it wasn't going bankrupt when Elon came to buy it. Like it wasn't like all the other tech companies that we all thought they were competing together. Twitter was not making that kind of cash, but they had like cash coming through. They had cash flow, and it was on the stock market. So
yeah,
he's a private company.
Yeah, he's bottomed it out, man.
Yeah, like they don't pay Google for like the ad service or shit that they use for them. They stop paying their bills.
That's what they're saying though, is they might get they're gonna get taken off the Google marketplace and all sorts of shit.
Right, because they're not paying their bills. They fired 80% of the staff. And guess what? Elon, yeah, maybe he knows how to like make rockets and cars, but that's totally different than a social media brand, company, which most of fail. And Twitter was looking for like a boost, and this is not what they were looking for.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, I mean, are you on Threads yet?
No, I'm not on Threads yet. I need to, but I've been busy. But what's it like? I mean, it's basically just a clone, isn't it?
Well, I haven't used Twitter since like 2010 because it kept getting hacked. Uh, and so I was like, fuck this, I don't need this. And then I got it back right after Elon bought it. So I don't really remember what it's been like for the last decade, other than since Elon's bought it or like right in the beginning. However, I created one for the Talk Shit or Get Off the Pod page.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it was kind of nice because I was like starting completely fresh, like there's no like it was no old account or anything. It was just like boom, joined it right when it started. If it becomes a thing, be like we were there from the jump.
Like a pioneer.
Yeah, like we're always there for the jump. Facebook started the first year we were like freshmen in college. I'm saying AI or AIM was like we were right there as like the demographic for it when it was hot. The internet.
Yeah, we got
like
we got to see a lot of goofy shit.
cell phones. Yeah,
Yeah, cell phones. So we were like the first with like the old school ones too. Then texting.
every single thing is like in our life stages, like for some reason.
Yeah, it's true though. It really is like these big
It's always
steps.
pre and post. Yeah, pre and post. Like we know it's like pre 9/11. We know like what it's like post
Post
9/11.
9/11. Yeah,
Pre cell phones, post cell phones. Like pre social media, post. It's wild.
it is
Like
kind of.
there's people going to college uh this year that weren't born when Facebook started.
Hmm, that's wild. Thanks
So
for.
like I mean they were born like Facebook already was a thing when they
Yeah,
were
yeah,
born.
yeah, yeah,
They'll never understand what it was like before.
yeah. No, definitely, definitely.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like we were.
Change the game.
It's like we remember life before ICP, post ICP. There's some
Dude,
kids that won't know what it was like to live without ICP in their life.
nuts, guts, fingers and toes. Nuts, guts, fingers and toes. That's a little ICP for y'all. That's right. Are you a juggalo, bro?
Whoop whoop.
Whoop
That's
whoop.
whoop whoop. Where's my fago?
Oh shit.
Nah, yeah, that's not. I would go if someone was like, "Hey, I got free tickets to an ICP show." I might go, just because
Oh, I would
it would
definitely
be
go.
wild. I'm sure it'd be wild.
Yeah.
The overnight staying and stuff in the tent. I don't know about that, but I
No,
definitely
no,
like.
no.
I go to like a Juggalo meet and greet for a day.
Yeah, but you have to have an exit plan, like
Yeah,
staying overnight.
definitely.
That's
Yeah.
that's a whole different story.
When
Yeah,
you
yeah.
walk in, you tie a string to a tree outside the parking lot, and you just take it with you. So you just follow the string back, like going into the woods.
That's some survivor skills.
Yeah, you got yeah. Oh, 100%. Like I'm not getting lost out here with some jug of hoes and bros. You're right.
I mean, I watched the YouTube shit like where it's like no I think All Gas No Brakes. They go to like the Juggalo concert,
Yeah.
but then there's this other guy who does like really similar stuff. He's like an albino rapper, um, kind of like a dork, but he does like the same thing. And he's gone to the Juggalo. He actually rapped at the Juggalo festival at
Oh,
the freestyle contest and like crushed it. But like what my point was like nobody was like aggressive.
no, they're not like mean. Everyone's
Yeah,
chilling.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Everyone's like vibing out. Would do you paint your face if you go to the Juggalo concert?
Yes.
Okay, me too.
And my dick.
Okay, well, good to know.
Yeah.
Is it white and black like the just full body plate, full Juggalo, top to
Full
bottom?
Juggalo.
Okay,
Yeah. That's right.
that's intense. If I ever go and I see bump into you there, I'm gonna act like I don't know you.
Yeah.
Or like, just don't try to hug me. Be like, no, man, get. I don't need like getting a fucking like white and black dick print on my jeans or whatever.
First you start with the white and then you put on the black because it pops.
Because it pops, dude. That's so great. Oh, that's so
Pops
good.
like red curry on attack.
Yeah.
You think visors are cool? I'm telling you that visor's coming home.
Spurrier. Yeah, dude. That's so great. I wish I was that guy. Show that to your kids, your grandkids.
Go dogs.
Nah, fuck the dog.
Yeah, I know. Except for the Eagles, like basically entire defense is
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah. Once they leave, come on, Jamal with it.
yeah. All right, y'all. Well, that was episode 95 of Talk Shit or Get Off the Pod. Elon Musk. I don't know if I'm gonna name it on the audio. Elon Musk has a micro dick. You know.
You what?
I said I don't know if I'm gonna title it on the audio that Elon Musk has a micro PP or whatever we called it. I don't want to give him any more credit than he. I think I'll just say Bezos blowing up or something.
Yeah, Bezos blows.
Ooh.
Bezos blows Elon's micro VP. There you go, dude.
Yeah. Oh
Merge
yeah.
it.
Also,
Okay.
Elon said he said Zuck is a cuck.
Do you think they're gonna? Would you watch them cage fight? I would. Zuckerberg would beat
Everybody
the shit.
would.
Zuckerberg would beat the shit out of him.
And Dana White said it would be the most watched fight of all time, and I believe him.
Yeah, Elon
And
Musk.
Zuckerberg, I just saw a picture of Zuckerberg today. He looks like a fucking UFC fighter. Like he's got the like 8-pack, but it's like with the muscle like on the side of it. You know, it's like that.
No, he competes in Brazilian jiu-jitsu contests.
Yeah, yeah. Dude is
Like
for real. Of
competitions.
course, he would work like that doughy South African out. Like, I mean, obviously, that's why Elon just said it, like thinking like he was like the bully, you know, like the cool kid, and like Zuckerberg's like still this dork who wears a hoodie, and he's like, oh, why don't we do a cage match? And then it's like, yeah, and Zuck's like, yep. You didn't know that I was doing MMA for like the last like 3 years?
Yeah, well, that's not like a secret. I mean, he's out there windboarding
That's what I'm
all
saying,
the
but
time.
Elon
He's got
didn't
like a
ex-
crazy,
yeah.
insane core. Like Zuck's like yoked as fuck, bro. He would,
Yeah.
he would work him. I'd watch that
For sure.
I'd pay $500 to watch that fight. If it wasn't
I
gonna
just
be
feel like that it would. I feel like it would be like streamed like illegally so much that you wouldn't have to actually pay for it.
Yeah, no, true. But if it was 100% on lockdown, had to pay for it. That's the only way I could watch it. I have to watch it. I want to see.
You know what? Yeah, actually, do you remember when the New England Patriots were going for an undefeated season, and it was going to be on NFL Network because it was a Thursday night game?
Yeah.
And Congress got involved.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
passed a law, so then it was on every single channel. Like it was on NBC, ABC, CBS, and NFL Network, so that nobody had an excuse that they couldn't access
I think
it.
they played the Giants that game too. They beat the Giants in that, and then the Giants played them in the Super Bowl and won. Yeah, because it was like a really rainy, shitty game. I remember that.
But that's what Congress should do if this happens with Elon and Zuck is pass a law that is just, you know, these guys don't need the pay-per-view money. You know, they can, whatever that is. Like this is in the national interest, and like the State of the Union, like a Oval Office address, this needs to be accessed by any and all Americans.
Yeah, but I'd want
our
a real
sugar
fight
daddy.
though, not some like, you know,
It would be real.
stage.
It would get real fast for Elon.
I think Zuck would fuck with them for a little bit,
I would hope so.
like keep his
Like I
distance.
don't know if it'd be
and
cooler
move
if he
around.
knocks him out. Yeah, because if he just knocked him out real quick, he'd be like, "Oh, that was a lucky punch."
Yeah.
But if he just worked his like liver,
Yeah, and he just like made him run around because I think Elon would try to do something and try to use his size, but he's just like blah blah. He's just gonna be blubbering around. I don't think so, man. Zuck would
Yeah,
like
exactly.
would just hip toss him, like break his shoulder or something like that.
yeah, it wouldn't. It would be.
He wouldn't even punch him. He would just like submit him. He'd put him in some arm bar and make him like cry and tap out. That's probably what happened. He probably wouldn't even.
No tapping out. It's like me and Joey Rogan's. I won't let him tap out.
All right,
I'm gonna keep his arm up from tap.
you hear that? You heard it here.
Yeah, back and forth.
Well, you got anything else? You doing good? Just
I'm doing
meditate.
great. Meditate, bitches.
Good, man. I need to meditate more, honestly. But I don't. Well, everybody, just be good. Stay safe. We appreciate y'all watching episode 95. We're, what, 4 away? Well, we'll do 5 because we'll finish it and that'll be the 100th episode. But, and are we still going to have the Russian on?
Russian Veronica, aka Marley, will be on next week. We'll try to get it done on Tuesday. We just had the internet problems. So Tuesday for the video, Wednesday for the audio.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, cool, man. Well, y'all just be good, stay safe, stay out of trouble, And as
My dad
always,
beats me. He beats me.
what's funny is I'm playing sad music right now, like sad piano, so it sounds like it's very
He
believable.
called me Habibi, and he beats me.
Y'all be good. Stay out of trouble. Go fuck yourselves.
Shout out.
Recording stopped.
Later.